Hey YouTube. This is just a little video, so let's see if I can move this a little closer. There we go. Okay, so completely random how-to video. If you have one of, let's see, this style of keyfob, how to take it apart. So you start off with this outer shell that's around the innards. First off, you have in here the battery compartment. You rotate that to unlock and take it out, and it just comes out. After you rotate it, you can just pull the thing out. Set that aside. Then in this, right around here, there's areas where you can start prying up gently. Now you have two little wedges. You can see those nubs there. You take a small flathead. I alternate it between a 1.5 and a 3.0 for millimeter to get into small places. And I gradually lifted that up, and I kind of had to work my way around a little bit because I didn't want to just pry up one side and then pop out. You had to keep it pretty parallel until this came off. That was step one. I will note that the plastic can be fragile, and I did have a little piece of a tab come off. I might super glue it, I might not. I'm not sure if it'll matter. It's just one of many. But that little bit was, let's see if you can see it. Yeah. So you see under this thumb, there was another one right there. That's the little plastic bit I showed you. That popped off. That's another one you just kind of work your way around with the flathead screwdriver. So this front faceplate comes off first. Then you're left with kind of this arrangement that's in there. And you have that on top. So the next step is taking this bottom section out until you can lower it. So gotta get this up a little bit because it's in that slot. And then once you have it at that angle, again, gently you can wiggle it out, set that aside. And then you're left with the circuit board. Well, the circuit board is in here, and you have this parallel. You can see I have this little clamp here. So on the actual key section, it's spring-loaded. And from what I looked up online, it can be kind of an annoying pain in the butt to get the springs back in just right. So I just carefully kept this on here and didn't let this come off. This has more of these little clips, and again, you just carefully pick one edge. I started here, and I just went back and forth between starting with the small flathead, getting under, carefully getting up because it's pretty tight, until it clicked over the edge, and then wiggle this just a little to separate it so it won't click back in, and repeat the procedure for there 2, there 3, and there 4. And then again, it's pretty tight, so it's not like you can just angle it up. It was wiggle, 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 keep mostly parallel, and then it would separate. And just keep in mind to hold this in place and not let it pop off, otherwise you'll have to deal with putting the springs back in. Oh, sorry, before that, there is a screw right in here. It's a mini Phillips. Take that out. Then you can do that procedure I just said. So this comes out. Then you have the key and the housing that has the circuit board, and then you can access the board. For me, the reason I took this apart was the lock button was getting kind of sluggish in response. It felt like it was... the front and the back unlock responded normally, but the middle button, the lock button, seemed like it was transmitting weakly. I got intermittent response, and if I walked over to the driver's side door, that's much closer to where the RF receiver is in the van to receive the signal, it would work much more consistently. Usually I go in and out of the van from the rear door because I'm in the body of the van a lot doing work, and it was not responding from back there. So I thought I'd take this apart, do some diagnostics on the board and see if there was like unusual amounts of resistance on that button. Maybe it needed cleaning, that kind of thing. But yeah, it was hard to find kind of detailed information on taking this body apart. So having gone through that, I thought I'd share it since all I could find was some pictures and text description online on promasterforum.com. And I thought showing you and kind of video walking you through the steps would be easier for the occasional person who might need to do exactly what I'm doing. Probably the more common application for this is if you break the plastic housing and you just want to buy a replacement housing to put the board into, so you're not paying like $300 or $400 for a replacement key fob because your electronics work fine. You just want a replacement plastic housing. So, thought I'd share. Have a good day.